Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 166, Creative Process. And this is first and foremost on my mind today because I know it's crazy, but I'm writing a book and I'm right into it. 15,000 words in, quarter of the way, only 60,000 words for this target on this one. So, how does my creative process work? It starts with one thing, and this one thing, as a lawyer looking at legal perspectives, blood trade is the name of this book. And it's people who, rich people who buy enhanced folks' blood in order to make themselves younger. And it's kind of addictive. So the whole plot around this book is the addiction, and it's okay. It's not illegal to be addicted to something. It's illegal to trade in it. So that's the premise, because there's going to be some conflict, and that's all subplots, right? But that's my main premise, and that's the whole plot, going through how do we dismantle this so these people can be treated and freed from their addiction. So that's the main plot, simplified. What's next? Okay, is your book, you build your backstory, you have your characters, you have your world, you have the reasons for this story. Okay, I'm a lawyer, and this is my Space Lawyer series, so this is a legal point that people may not be aware of. So there we go. Emotional needs. What kind of emotional needs am I going to address during this story? It's people with addiction, as well as suppliers, as well as those people who then feel the suppliers' needs and the bad guys out and about there. So how do we interact with them? How do we engage? So those are all various elements within the story. Subplots and side plots. Side plots don't necessarily move the main plot forward, but what the side plots do for me is they set up for future books. So in this one, a side plot is an AI, artificial intelligence. They now have bodies. They put them into android bodies. And usually they run things like space stations. You have an AI running the space station. You have an AI, it's 2001 Space Odyssey, right? An AI running the ship. Well, the AI, in this instance, now they're going to be in charge of the station. So what kind of challenges are they going to encounter and have to deal with? That's a side plot, because it's not moving the blood trade plot forward. However, it's creating the conditions where they'll interact. So you'll see that and see those challenges, and that will distract or detract some of our main characters from the main plot. So how do we keep driving the story forward? We have our main character, Rivka Noah, the magistrate, the main character of the series, and then her team. So I have like 8 main characters that I trail throughout the story, and they'll all have their own subplots. A couple are trying to have a baby while still hunting down bad guys, and a couple are the AI androids that are on the team, and there's a vampire and his better half on the team, and that are going after this blood trade, because they were once victims of the blood trade, where they were put and they were milked for their blood in order to sell it. So they have a vested interest in tearing this apart, and also insight into those using it. So all of these things, those are subplots, because we can look in each of those characters. We do a head hop to a different at a scene change, and then follow these characters. So that's all help build the word count, enhance the story, flesh it out, make it more rich. And it's you watch a show like Star Trek, the original series, any of the Star Treks, you have these other characters besides the captain, and you see where each one gets their prime time, where they're doing certain things. All of it keeps moving the plot forward, but you get those different looks at different insight. It's like a director's camera showing a different angle on the scene. So all good stuff. And the more complex and varying you can do that, the more engaging it will be for your readers, as long as it keeps moving the plot forward. So never forget blood trade, right? This is what we're looking for. How do we dismantle this? Engagement and dialogue. How are we going to write that? So you decide up front. And it may, if you're a discovery writer like I am, I write the first chapter, I write the last chapter, and then I work everything in between, so it marries up at the end. So the engagements, dialogue is a big thing for me. I turned over the first 15,000 words to my insider team. They liked it, and probably 70% of all the words were dialogue. It's the characters interacting, and that's what has made this series. Blood Trade is the 12th book in the series. the series so successful is because they love how the characters interact. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of jibing back and forth, the good humor of that only friends can share, especially in high stress situations. So that kind of stuff is all in there, and it keeps the story moving forward. It keeps the story lively, and it helps enrich the characters as they move forward in this series, not just this book. So I'm giving fans what they like and what I like to write, which is great interaction, which is 20 years in the Marine Corps. The way people interacted during high stress situations is unique. You generally don't see it anywhere else because it's ridiculous sometimes what people come up with when you think you're going to die. But you still do it. Also, courage and fear. What do those look like? So all kinds of subplots while driving the plot forward of blood trade. Are we going to dismantle this structure so we can help those people who are addicted at the end? That's it. Simple as that. But there's a lot to it. I was planking this morning, my minute and a half of trying to build these abs back up from bulbous to less bulbous. And I was thinking through the plot. Here's the dialogue. Here's what needs to happen. So as soon as I get off here, I'll be jamming, getting those words down, and capturing that scene as I saw it. All right, everybody, 6.5 minutes. I'm horrible at 5-minute focus. You guys have a great day.